Hey YouTube world, we are back with another video, and guess who's back? You're supposed to start singing.
Back again, Mandy's back, tell a friend, guess who's back, guess who's back, guess who's back. Okay, now.
And it's everybody's favorite. You know how many comments I get from y'all saying, where's Mandy? We want to see her again.
One, ever.
No, like 20 of them, okay? So brought your favorite back.
Two.
So we're gonna do our Paris haul that I've been teasing forever. And the amount of orange that we have here is ridiculous. There's a little sprinkle of green, a little bit of black, a little bit of white in there. But yeah, I think we can start a tree, right? Like, you know, that Hermes box tree, which just
do those for Christmas.
Yeah, imagine if we combine our Hermes like stock of boxes.
It would be a fire hazard.
It would go.
Somebody-
It would probably reach the ceiling.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah, no. Okay.
I don't want to talk about
All right. Let's just get right into it. All right. So we just spent forever breaking it down into day 1, day 2, day 3, like kind of chronological order, so you guys can follow along and see how much damage we did.
I'm so ashamed.
No, you're not. Day 1, it seems like we didn't do that much damage. Look at how tiny those little boxes are.
They're BBs.
They're BBs.
They're just BBs.
Where do we go? We went to St. Honoré, didn't we?
Yes, we did. You know, we popped into Rue de Sèvres, but everything was so busy. We're like, let's go to St. Honoré.
And just for those of you who didn't see my vlog that was posted earlier, we happened to go on the week where they were hosting the jumping show, which is like a super big event for Hermes, especially where the most elite of the elite apparently show up to Hermes. We're gonna talk about that, right?
Somehow we were there.
Yeah, somehow we were there.
Which one of these is not like the other?
Pretty much, yeah. We were kind of a fish out of water, but it was just funny. We'll talk about our experience. Where, you know, our essay was too busy for us because, you know, I get it. Like, you know,
we saw the people that were being dropped off to shop with him, and we were like,
help me, I'm poor.
We would also shop with that person instead of us.
Right. If I were him, I would totally help her or these people as opposed to us. We're like, you know, like in sales, we talk about like, are you an A client? Are you a B client? Are you like platinum or whatever, right? We're bronze level. We're like enthusiasts. We're insiders. We're Sephora insiders.
We're honorable mention.
Yeah.
They're like, are we not busy with other clients? I guess we'll help you.
I would say we're more entertaining.
We're really fun clients.
We can be C clients for our essay just because we're funny.
Again, I'm happy to be used for my excellent wit, humor, and intelligence, obviously.
Anyways, go ahead and start showing.
Okay, so we're gonna be faster this time because we're always slow.
Yeah.
So we started out by getting rings, and you know, Nikki and I have man hands.
So it's really incredibly hard for us to find anything here in the States or even pre-loved because we need bigger sizes, and it seems like only when you go to Paris and headquarters, so to speak, is when you get to have different sizes that are like 58, 57, 59 or 60, right?
Yeah.
And the thing about rings, for those, again, you are starting to see our jewelry journey, so to speak. The rings, you always want to go a size bigger or even 2 sizes bigger because especially during the summer, your fingers are going to expand. And of course, I've got my sausage hands, and they do. If you have too much sodium the night before.
You might call me mans.
Mans?
I have man hands.
Mans. Anyways, so.
Wait, put yours on so they can see your pretty ring. But yes, I got like the little Kelly ring here. She got, what do you call that?
I can't keep up with the French names.
Whatever. This isn't really called the Kelly ring. I'm just calling it that.
We're calling it what we want. But I'll insert screenshots if it makes sense. But we are all familiar with this particular ring. I know a lot of people have snagged this one. Unfortunately, like I said, I needed I think this was a size 59 or 60. Yeah,
and I needed a 50. I just said to her, bring out anything in size 58 because that's what I needed. Size 58 or above. And then, you know, and I told you guys a story about how in Venice, they literally were like, we have nothing in your size. And so that's how we just say, bring out everything in our size, and then we choose from that.
Dude, that was exactly what we said. We're like, okay, so instead of asking for particular models of what they have,
because they just say no.
They just say no, right? And I'm like, okay, well then just go to the back, whatever size 60, bring it all out. Size 59, bring it all out, and then we can pick and choose if it makes sense.
Correct.
So that...
I'm going to wear mine for the rest of the video.
Oh, you know what? Me too.
It's who I am.
Do you want to wear mine since you're on camera?
Absolutely, I do. Hello. I'm so fancy.
I'm just going to give you
I have this one.
Oh, you do?
I have show
I was like, how many rings can we fit on
We're
our
going to,
fingers?
yeah, because I bought more in the future. But yes, I'm just going to get crazy about this.
Day 2.
So we started our day at Goyard. We love
Goyard.
We are big fans of Goyard. We are liars.
Such liars.
We're liars. So we tried on so many bags, trunk bags. I wasn't super into the trunk bags. I thought I would be, but they were way heavier than I thought. I always have wanted the Cap Vert, and then I try it on and I go, no, I don't. It just seems really insubstantial, which is my biggest complaint about this St. Louis bag. I don't know if you feel the same way.
I do.
But like, I love a camera bag. Nikki and I's friendship almost has ended over the fact that I love camera bags and she doesn't. So I really wanted it, but every time I try it on, it just feels very flimsy.
It's just, no. Okay, so let's tell them where we got these from. Because we did not go to headquarters.
Temps.
Should we, I was like thinking about this, like, do we want to gatekeep this? Totally want to gatekeep this. But no, we're not going to gatekeep from you.
We kind of want to gatekeep, but we love you.
But so we actually went, so our hotel was relatively close. It was like, what, 5-minute walk?
It was very close.
Very close. So we were staying very close to Printemps. And if you're not familiar, they are a pretty popular department store in Paris. We obviously were jet lagged and woke up relatively early, showed up at like 10:50. Outside the door, like, you know, maniacs. And the security guy was just like looking at us like, what are these women doing?
He's used to that.
Yeah,
like,
I'm sure.
He has to be used to that.
So there are multiple entrances to the store. Obviously, I scoped out the area and tried to find the closest entrance.
And I'm the passenger princess to this. Nikki does the hard work, and I'm like, I'm coming.
You're like, I'm here to spend money.
Yeah.
And then, so we were waiting outside, the guard opens up, and then we start walking in briskly. Well, not running. We started walking briskly.
Which is how we walk everywhere. We walk very quickly. We're like, people who walk with us are like, what are you doing?
Right, like, get out of my way. Which is really funny because another group of people were also walking very briskly, but then when they saw us and we were closer, they started running.
They sprinted. It was like a dead sprint.
Which is ridiculous.
We were like, we're not running.
We're not running.
I don't need a black eye.
Right, exactly. And I'm just not. Like, there's a word in Mandarin for those of my people who are watching, who knows Taiwanese, Chinese, whatever.
Not me.
It's the word "giasu," meaning
what is that?
I'm afraid of losing. I have to be first.
And we were like,
no, we're just, I mean, if we have to wait in line, we have to wait in line.
Yeah,
it's fine.
and
As long as it's not a line of like an hour and a half long.
we were first in line and we just like looked at each other like, we're not running.
Like, we're just like shake our heads.
We showed up 10 minutes early, sure, yes, judge us, but like, I draw the line at physical exertion.
Running to go purchase bags.
Is anyone chasing me?
No.
I'm not running.
Sorry, I still have class. But anyway, so
I mean, that's questionable. Are we classy?
We can be if we need to.
We can put on the class, but we can also throw down at a barbecue joint.
Totally.
We are.
We know how to fit in. We know how to, when in Rome.
We assimilate.
Let's start opening the bags.
Okay, yeah,
we're just chit chatting. We're talking too much again.
So what do we want to do first? This or the bag?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, so Nikki and I, we saw so many things, but we actually decided to get the same bag. Because twinsies.
Where's your
That is Jurassic Park. Okay, so I'm gonna unbox these kind of at the same time. So the straps were sold separately, but what you are witnessing the unboxing of is the Vendome. Okay, wait, what do you guys think? Whose color is whose?
Ooh, drop a comment down below.
Drop a comment.
You can pause the video and
pause the video, drop a comment. Sorry about the dog treats if you saw those. I'm entertaining my dog in the background as well. So I got, this might shock you because you've seen Nikki's collection, the burgundy this time. Nikki's a big burgundy fan, but I was like, I really like this in burgundy. And then Nikki chose
the iconic green, even though we got schooled. Didn't we get schooled?
We did get schooled because Nikki had the gall to say this is the original, and the lady was like, no, and she's like, it's not the original. The black and the black and tan's the original. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was the black and tan. Somebody else also gave us like a history lesson, but anyways, regardless, say I was wrong and I got schooled. And our essay that worked with us, she was
so nice. We loved her. So all of our complaining about Goyard sales reps has only been really one location and one sales rep, if I'm being honest.
So we really, I mean, obviously share your experience when it comes to Goyard, but let's not do a blanket statement like we did.
we were schooled. Now we love Goyard. We were treated well in Monaco. Then we were treated well at Printemps or however you say it. But we haven't carried these because it's been very rainy where we live. But
it's been storming.
Oh.
It's been tornado. It's been hailing.
My fence got taken out.
Let's show the strap. Because this is not featured on YouTube very often.
Oh no, because I YouTubed these and they're nowhere to be found.
So as you're putting on this strap here, I'm just going to tell you like our experience, right? Like, so just so you know, the Goyard in Printemps has limited stock. And the stock is held away at a different location. So when you walk in, you talk to the sales associate, you know, you point out the different models that you like. However, she would, you know, the SA would ask you like, give me a list of what you want to look at because I got to go get the stock from a different location.
From like across the like,
wherever she went.
Department store. Yeah,
right.
She disappeared off the face of the earth for a while.
Right. So we couldn't take pictures obviously with Goyard, but we looked at the trunk, which I'll insert some screenshots. We look at the trunk bag, right?
Yep.
We also looked at the camera bag. Isn't that cute?
Comfort. It's so cute. I'm obsessed. We looked at the little circular trunk bag.
Yes.
That was super cute, but also very heavy.
It was so heavy.
Yes, and I really wanted to look at the Saigon, the mini Saigon, but it was not stocked.
No, so that's the thing, right? If you go to the Goyard within a department store, that's the limitation. They will not have any of the Saigons. They also just released the new tote. I mean, we poo-pooed the tote just now, the St. Louis tote.
Well, I don't like the St. Louis, but the St. Louis. St. Louis. I'm so French. But the Artois is a good option. What's the other tote? I forget what it's called. But they actually did just come out with a beautiful St. Louis I would actually buy. So once again, I'm a liar.
Yes, that's probably the limited edition, you know, because they come out with a lot of limited editions with like the little dog on there and whatever. But this one,
I don't love the dog one. I can't believe
the floral one.
It's so cute.
It's so funny because like the email of the new release of the floral tote came out like a day after we got back. And immediately we started texting our RSA. It's like, we want this.
Will you send it to the US? And she was like,
no.
No.
We're like, just kidding. We know you can't. But she also said that the floral totes, the St. Louis totes, are only available at the flagship stores.
Yeah.
Very similar to the Saigon. So originally we went in and took a look around. And then when I saw this one, they had it in white. And I was like, that could be a really good alternative to the mini bolide.
And it's more fun. Like, let's be real. Like, the bolide, unless you have the bolide on wheels, is a little plain.
Yeah. And then what's the other one from Louis Vuitton called?
The Alma.
The Alma, right?
Which I had an Alma for like literally 5 seconds and never wore it. I just immediately resold it because as soon as I had it in my hands, I was like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
It was too big. It was too clumsy. The vachetta leather stains in like, if you look at it wrong, God forbid, you're like, and it's like, ooh, stained.
Right. So again, in light of, you know, what we know, we probably will hit up our SA again next time we go.
100%, yes.
Sure, we can't get like the Saigons,
yeah.
But, you know, whatever.
We'll just get that next time we're in Monaco.
Right, exactly. But also looking at the
Romancing
Saigon,
the
as much as we like the Saigon, the wooden handles, I don't know how that would wear.
Well, that's the other thing is I was not 100% sold on buying the Saigon for that reason because how does it wear if it gets wet? So we figured this was a good test.
Right, because it does, like if you look at this one, it does have the wood detail right there. And I'm not gonna do a whole entire like review of the bag, showing you all of the details right now, just because we wanna keep this at a reasonable length of a video, unlike last time.
We have a problem.
But do hit that subscribe and the like button for me. You know what to do. Comment down below at the end of the video which one you like the best. What are your thoughts? Any questions for us? And additionally, hit the notification bell because I will be doing in-depth reviews on all of these bags. And honestly, we looked online to see if anybody did reviews on the Vendome. None.
What on earth?
Such an underrated bag in my opinion.
It's kind of like when I got my Hirondelle, I looked for it online. Barely even mentioned.
Nothing.
Like it's the only things people review at Goyard, I feel like, are the St. Louis.
Yeah, which is like,
and the Artois.
So it's so overdone. Like
so
we know
basic.
It's a tote. Sorry, if you have it, I'm sure you love it. But
yeah, it's like great. But like we live like hard lives. We're corporate girlies. We throw a bunch of stuff in our totes. We need them to be hard wearing.
Yeah, and that's not a hard wearing bag.
No, if I would get the Artois, don't get me wrong. If
Which
I wanted to,
I also think our SA really liked us.
She did
because we didn't go in asking for a St. Louis tote.
That's exactly because everyone else around us,
right? The first group that ran in front of us
ran for the totes.
They ran for the totes, and they bought every single one of them. I think there were like 4 or 5 of them. bought a St. Louis tote.
And I'm sure that gets boring as an SA, right?
Yeah, it's boring.
I would so yeah, she was very excited because we were like, we don't want to see that.
The tote.
We're not interested in the St. Louis.
Right. So she was just like, oh,
I get to show other bags.
Right, exactly. So I think that's part of why she liked us. And of course we were funny. We were just making fun of each other.
We're hilarious. I'm very biased. I think I'm hilarious. I make myself laugh. Nikki makes me laugh.
Yeah, and if you don't laugh at our jokes,
if you don't laugh at our jokes, that's not my problem because I think I'm funny.
Problem. No.
I think I'm hilarious.
We just make a scene. We're
probably way too loud for Paris. Yeah. So probably like get these freaking Americans out of here.
We start yelling at each other. Oh my God, look at the bag. And we're like, okay, calm down. We need to
Nikki, how do I look?
Anyways, keep going. So, okay, obviously you've seen this before. This is such a really good size for a pouch.
It really is.
Do I need another pouch? No, I don't.
Yes, you do. How dare you? You always need another pouch. And you know what? It's cute. It's Goyard. It matches my Goyard wallet.
And the interior has a pocket too. So yeah, these are the 3 items that we picked up from Goyard, and we lugged around this entire massive bag, the shop bag, each of us. And you know where we went next?
If they don't know us very well. I'm gonna be real.
How do you think we got an entire lineup right here as I move the camera of orange boxes? So yeah, that's where we hopped and skipped to next. Day 2, Hermes. How many boxes do we have? Can you stop being creepy?
We have way too many boxes is the answer. Okay, we're gonna do this fast, but not too fast.
That's what she said.
Shut up. You're fired from your channel. I'm firing you. Okay, so we start with the belts.
Sure.
Okay, so we got some...
Too many belts. How many waists do we have? Oh, maybe I need multiple waists because I'm getting fat right now from all the food
I'm going to have to just like start knitting the belts together to fit around my waist after all that. French butter. Okay, French butter. Here's where we're starting. We're going to start with the belts because we got to start somewhere. All right, belt number 1. Let's see who this belongs to because we don't know. It is a surprise. Okay, this is...
Mystery box.
Nikki's. Yay. Okay, so... we both did get a Kelly belt. These are so gorgeous. They're adjustable. They're one size, which I learned when I was there. Nikki was like, you didn't know they're one size. Beautiful, stunning belts. Gorgeous. Look at that gold. We love gold. I'm obsessed with the tube. It's one of my favorite Hermes colors.
Look at how beautiful that is.
So gorge. So glam.
Which is really funny because at one point in time, like 1 or 2 years ago, they're like, whenever I asked for a Kelly belt, nope, out of stock, nope, out of stock. And then now they had so many in stock, which...
you know what's funny is that Tammy went to Saint Honore and she was waiting for a Kelly belt and they told the girl in front of her it was out of stock and then they gave Tammy one. So I think it's just whether or not they like you that day.
Yeah, like it's such a weird.
It is such a weird system.
Like weird game, weird system. It's just like me with my Kelly to go. Like no, when I first asked, no, we don't have one.
But then you gave up your appointment to your friend, and they were like, "We're rewarding you with the Kelly to go."
Exactly. So yeah, it's just really weird. But we're glad that we were able to pick out the colors that we wanted.
Yes, we were.
We got the E-tube right here, and I already have one that I got for my birthday, black on gold. So I feel like this is a nice, very neutral color as Mandy is opening up hers.
Oh, this is not my Kelly, but here, I'll show this real quick since I'm opening it. I fell in love with this. Once again, E-tube. This is a new belt buckle. It's a horse in the shape of an H, and since we were there during the jumping event, I felt like it was very
this is a new release.
Yeah, it's a new release.
Do you know what they call it?
Horse belt?
Horse belt?
The belts of horses.
Horse belts?
So I loved it. I originally was not going to buy it, but I tried it on. I said, this is amazing. This is adorable. 10 out of 10. Ended up buying it, and I've worn it more than anything else I've worn from Hermes. It's not a really obvious H, which I think like the Constance H I want to stay away from. Watch me get a Constance next time because I said
no, you're not. You're not going to get one. I'm going to stop you from
But it's so cute. And I wore it to the jumping event because I was like,
it's so fitting.
It's so fitting. But it's like, if you know, you know. Another belt because we're crazy people. This is mine. I'm going to do this really fast because I think Nikki's shown you hers, but I really wanted a black Kelly belt. I love black on gold as far as belts go. This is my third black on gold belt, but you can't have too many because that's my go-to color scheme.
And just so you're aware, if you don't own one and want to get one, these are incredibly tight, like where you adjust it. Like you see this, it's like really hard. So it does have to take a little bit of maneuver. Just be careful with your nails because when you're like He-manning this thing, you don't want to scratch the leather. And this is
She-man, let's be inclusive. Inclusivity.
Yes, okay. So I just wanted to give you that pro tip.
Pro tip. Yeah, and she's had one before. Actually, her boyfriend is super sweet. Don't ever tell him I said that. And he surprised her with her own black on gold Kelly belt for, was it your birthday or was it just because situation?
No, it was my birthday.
Yeah, so, and then Nikki was like, why'd you spend all this money on me? And I was like, just let your boyfriend spoil you. He's being a sweetheart.
Sometimes.
I mean, yeah, sometimes. Like, what more can you ask? Sometimes sweet boyfriend who buys you Hermes stuff.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
I did get him a gift on my trip, so.
You always do. You're very thoughtful. All right, next piece. Nicole.
Oh my God, I love this one because we went around after we went we're gonna go over the shoes, but we did the scarf slabs, but this, I pulled up a screenshot of it and said, I want this one.
It's so cute.
Isn't it adorable? It's got the dogs. I wish it had corgis on there, but you know, I can only ask for so much.
Right. Well, and what's really funny is when I went to Venice, I brought Nikki back a puppy Twilly that was so cute. I was like, you have to, have this.
I don't folding it wrong.
You fold it, and I'll go on to the next thing.
Yeah.
But it's so adorable.
This is actually my first silk scarf.
Really?
Well, at least Hermes.
Oh, and it says. I don't know. Jewel de casting?
Jewel de I don't know what that means.
We can't speak French.
We know French.
Bonjour, au revoir, comment ça va? That's all I got.
Butter.
Parlez-vous anglais? That's it. Sorry, that's 100%.
So this is the smaller silk scarf. So I imagine I would just wear it around my neck.
Yeah.
Oh, show them the scarf thing. Actually, you want to show them afterwards.
All right, other scarves first.
Other scarves first.
Okay,
what did you pick?
I also got a scarf. I like dark blue. I like dark colors. I always say black like my heart. But yes, I got this beautiful piece.
I think we're on a blue kick.
We are on a blue kick.
What size is this one? Is this the smaller or bigger one?
I don't know.
I think this is the bigger one, the 90 centimeter.
I loved this. I love all the little animals. It has a little greyhound,
giraffe.
Has a lemur, has horses, of course, goats,
it's got
turtle.
the pigeon right there.
Amazing. It's so cute. So I was like, I absolutely need this. It says Le Carousel du Tigre Royal. That's my terrible French accent.
This is a new release too, right? And I think it comes in multiple colors. And what's cool and special about Hermes scarves, in my opinion, is not only like there's always a front and a back to silk scarves, right? So if you flip this over,
well, there's not always,
but
for this one,
well, at least the one that we picked, or you picked. This one is like you can wear both of them are fronts. Yeah,
So it's not like there's a weird white underside when you flip.
Yeah.
And even the ones that don't have fronts still look really nice. I'll let you fold because I don't know how to fold an Hermes scarf. So I'm making Nikki do all the dirty work right now.
Laundry. I do laundry.
Laundry.
I hate doing laundry because I hate folding clothes.
Is that the reason why?
Yeah, I have a massive hamper. So once I run out of underwear is when I decide to start doing laundry.
When you go buy more underwear? Okay.
No, I wouldn't.
I've done that in college. Okay, we're gonna talk about these. You get these free when you buy a scarf. They're just nodding cards because we don't know what we're doing with scarves. So they teach you all the cute little ways to wear a scarf. So just FYI, you can get those when you buy scarves at Hermes. And weirdly, they sell on the secondhand market for like $90. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
Like, sorry, you can buy it free with a scarf. Like, okay, so that's that.
I'll insert a screenshot. I don't have it here because I'm giving it to my mother, but I did purchase a scarf for her as well. She loves wearing scarves, and I guess like when you're getting older, like, oh, my neck is cold, and she always has like some sort of leopard print or something fun. So I figured, hey, I'm gonna get my mom an Hermes scarf.
I will use it. See these wrinkles? I've had these wrinkles for my entire life.
Same me. I was
born with these.
No, same me too. Look at me. I got like 3 of them.
Yeah.
And I think I was trying to like date a boy, and he's like, why do you have all these lines on your neck? And I'm like,
she's slipping me off like I'm the boy. So I'm super pale. So one time I got a spray tan and all the spray tan collected into my neck wrinkles, and the lady kept having to wipe my neck off, so I just didn't have like rings like a tree on my neck.
Oh, that's okay.
No more. So anyway, shoes. We're on to shoes. We both got a pair.
And we did.
So, I'm so excited. These are what I got. You are not going to be surprised because this is my 3rd pair of these. I love an Oasis sandal. These are so comfortable.
These are beautiful.
Yes, they're so soft. He said calf.
Calf hair?
But feel how soft these are because they're softer than pony hair. Isn't that weird?
It is.
Because I said, oh, it must be horsehair. And he said, no, calf. And I thought, okay, that's interesting. I don't normally do leopard print. I don't normally like it. However, I put these on. I know, it's so soft.
You know, you're going to wear these and I'm just going to walk up to you, bend over and start stroking this.
People are going to be like, wow, foot fetish? Foot fetish much? But yeah, these are so, again, I buy Oasis sandals because they're, for me, they're comfortable from the first wear. And actually I made Nikki try mine on today because she was like, those would never fit me. And then they fit her perfectly and looked really good on her feet.
And they are actually relatively comfortable.
Not to say I told you so, but like also I told you so.
Well, you know what? Also, side note, like we went to Hermes, or excuse me, Paris back in November, and then we went back not even 6 months later, right?
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, I don't really have anything I want to buy. Like,
we were like, we have no wish list.
we don't have
We're
a list.
liars. Liars. We don't purposefully lie. But
Yeah, every time like we are like, ooh, this looks cool. Oh, buy this, right?
and then we do. So
Yeah.
So Nikki's actually had these on her wish list for like years.
Yeah.
But they never have her size.
Or the color I like.
Yeah, like
they
they'll have,
came
like,
out
weird
Well, the
colors.
first time he came out with like a really like Goyard green alligator. I'm
And
like,
you were
no,
like, no.
I didn't even ask how much they were.
These are so pretty though. These are suede. One little detail, show them the Hermes on the side. It's like very subtle, but very beautiful. And they're, again, the texture is gorgeous.
And I love wearing Birkenstocks, no matter how you feel about it and you think they're ugly, but they're like the most comfortable shoes. And I went through at least 10 pairs of Birkenstocks. So of course, you know, I'm not really into designer shoes, but this is like elevator Birkenstocks.
Yeah, whereas I have so many pairs of designer shoes. If you've ever been in my closet, you're like, why, Mandy? You can't even wear all of these.
What do you use, Centipede? You use Centipede, you got
wish.
how many,
I
15
wish.
pairs of legs or feet?
I do. I love my walk-in Dior's. I love my Oasis because they're comfortable. I have so many pairs of sneakers. It's embarrassing, but yes, she finally got her ships after trying and trying and trying and trying. I don't know how many times we've asked for those, and finally he came out with a nice color, and it was really beautiful.
Well, this one was. I ended up going with this one. He did come out with like a pink and beige or a brown.
Oh, those were so ugly.
Yeah. So I mean, I was like, oh no, they also were like a straight hot pink, and you're like, you need to get those.
Oh, they did, and I was like, those are so you, but like these are more Birkenstocky.
Well, it's just like pink shoes that are that bright. It's
They're
gonna
very
be
bright.
like hard to match with your.
Also, our friend called you trashy.
Oh yeah, she's like, don't get pink. It's trashy.
She did, but I was like,
I was
you
like,
can do a
excuse
pink
me?
accent. Like you can do a little pink as long as your rest of your outfit's not hot pink.
Whatever.
Or you could just go full Barbie.
No. I can't imagine myself doing that.
I know you can't. It's so weird because you hate every other color of pink, but like hot pink, you're like,
Hot
yes.
pink, yes.
All right, I don't even know what this is.
Surprise.
Oh, it's another belt.
Oh, we had another belt? Oh, it's my belt. I totally forgot.
I forgot too. Okay, this is so funny because it's the big version of the one I got last time.
Yes.
So here, I'm unboxing it for you and handing it over to Nikki. But I got this belt, the skinny little version
We can
last
put it
time.
on so that we can get the full effect.
Nikki was like, I don't know if I want it. And then she was like, I want it. So they just came out with this, right? This is actually a men's buckle. But you know, it doesn't really matter whether it's women's or men's. You're right. Okay, there you go. Nope, the other way. Nikki,
Strike out.
come here.
I got it.
Come here,
I got it.
But it is reversible. I should have mentioned that this is the same belt I got with my Hermes Horse H. It is E2 and white, which is really cool.
Yes.
I absolutely love their belts. I never thought I would like their belts. I eat my words so often whenever I'm on Nikki's channel. I'm like, I say something definitively and then I change my mind 1 minute later.
Yeah, because I really liked what you had in the skinny version, but I don't know. I don't really
You're not a skinny belt person.
I like it chunkier.
Yeah. It's definitely, I feel like the skinny is definitely more trendy. I adore the skinny belt. I can't believe I didn't have one until now, but now I'm on my third Hermes belt and the only one I haven't worn is the Kelly belt. The next thing we have, Nikki's losing her voice, which is why she hires her loudest, most annoying friends. And I say hire, she paid me with something, I'll show you. This is stunning, and originally I was not excited about. Okay, so Nikki showed me several different versions of this. I wasn't excited about any of them, but this one. So I'm going to slowly unbox. Nikki has recently become a watch woman.
Yes, I would say this is my second nice watch, and you can see it is the Cape Cod in the double tour. So I tried on what did I try on? The Nantucket.
Yeah, and it just had the single. And I was like, Nikki's like, isn't this great? And I was like, meh. Yeah,
See,
we're very honest with each other.
Right. Basically, this is why we are great shopping buddies, because we're just immediately like, no, put that down. I
just felt like there wasn't anything special about it.
Right.
And I'm like, if you're going to buy a watch in Paris, it needs to be special. But then when he brought this out with the double wrap, I was like, I would go for that. That's super cute.
Yeah, because then this was definitely the one I end up with because I think it's really special. I also tried on the Nantucket, which is a beautiful piece. But it was just like...
It's not special.
It's not special, right?
Gorgeous.
Yeah, and then, which is kind of nice because this came with a navy strap, but what he did is brought out an array of different strap colors.
That's what he did. Okay.
Yeah, and then I picked the gold just because, you know, I'm basic. I like my gold, right?
It's classic.
Browns. Yeah, it's classic. So I figured this is a nice leather piece that I added to my collection. And by the way, I'm going down the rabbit hole of watches where I actually was watching Watches and Wonders, where it's like an annual event where all of the big luxury watch brands come out and debut their new pieces for the year.
Oh, that's what you were sending me links to.
Yeah, Watches and Wonders.
Yeah.
Hermes was there and beautiful pieces. There was one in particular that I really like. And then Cartier also came out with a bunch of ones too. So if you are not familiar, go Google that. It's a massive event if you are into luxury watches. But anyway, so yeah, this is the one I picked up. Again, I won't go into too much detail. Do come back and I will do individual reviews, maybe in batches. I'll probably do it in batches.
I like that.
So I wanted to show you. Isn't this cool?
It's beautiful. Okay, so next stop, I'd actually pre-ordered this, and this was so exciting. I love, you guys know I love Faure Le Page.
Faure Le Page.
All the Faure Le Page on Nikki's channel is actually just my Faure Le Page.
Yeah, it's mostly hers.
So they text me, I have an essay in Paris who's lovely, and she texted me a few weeks prior and goes, we just came out with our first all leather bag. Are you interested? And so when she pulled this one out, I was like, oh my gosh. So it was very limited quantity. They've never done this all leather bag before, so I had to get it. Look at how stunning she is, you guys. I die. So this is, I believe, calfskin, embroidered calfskin. I haven't even taken the stickers off yet. You open it. Let me see if I can remember.
Yeah.
Like this, show the interior. It's made because Faure Le Page, we've talked about this, used to be an arms, like a sort of like, I don't know what the terminology would be, like a regal arms dealer. So they made like Marie Antoinette's sword, Napoleon's guns. They did the ceremonial arms, not the stuff that was generally used in battle. But apparently you can see the Faure Le Page weapons painted in a lot of historic paintings at French museums. And we actually,
sorry, I'm struggling.
What are you struggling with?
I was trying to get the pocket open.
Oh, okay.
There's a back pocket right there, so you can put your phone in there. Go on.
So we actually met Faure Le Page's lead designer.
That was so cool because he's just like this typical super skinny, tall French man.
Handsome French
man. A little bit older, peppery, gray hair.
Yes, gray hair. Augustin Le Buffon or something like that.
I forget his name.
I can't pronounce it. But he, so I asked my essay, I was like, can we meet him? And so she introduced us and he chit-chatted with us for a while. And he was so sweet. He had all these recommendations for where to go in Paris. And he said this is like his masterpiece.
It took them, what, 2 or 3 years to design this? To perfect it, because there's different nuances about this bag. And again, I think the most special part about it is definitely the clasp right here and how it looks like
one of their ceremonial rifle.
Right, rifle. Well, this is more
like a handgun.
A handgun, right?
Like it's, you know, it's beautiful, and again, we got to see the prototype for, they brought out the prototype for the green on green, which is also gonna be stunning. And you know, they didn't have it quite perfected yet, but it was a really beautiful opportunity to see what they're coming out with in June.
Yeah.
So super special experience at Faure Le Page. I was like dying, because how many times you get to meet like the lead designer, creative director
and he
of
just
a brand.
casually walked in, and I'm glad that
and just chatted with us for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. And again, going back to this, like just to show you, we obviously can do a full review on this, on what fits and whatnot, but look at this. This is not going to be the same thing as your pochettes, where it's like if it's empty, it's hard to close it. And I actually brought that up to him. I was telling him and complimenting him on that, saying like, you did really well with this and how easily it's going to close. Additionally,
it doesn't open easily. Like pickpockets, they're gonna have a hard time getting in there.
They did mention that too, right? Saying we want to design a bag that is incredibly secure, as we know, you know, Paris, we're a lot, or Europe in general, prone to pickpocketing, right? So yeah, I mean, again, I don't foresee, obviously we'll show you wear and tear in the future, but I don't foresee, because this pin right here is very rounded as I'm stroking it.
Nikki, this is not an NC-17 channel. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so
she's so inappropriate.
I don't think it's gonna bash up the hardware here.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
We'll see. Again, my friend who went with us to Paris last time actually got the embroidered version. That is fully jacquard, I believe. But yeah, I just saw this and I was like, I had to have it. It was even more beautiful in person. And we got to meet the creative director, lead designer, and owner. So we love him and we love this bag.
Yeah, that experience brings us closer to the brand.
Yes, agreed. Like, what a special experience to just like be in the Paris flagship and just have him wonder it.
And to Mandy's credit, she's always like pimping me out there.
I will say, like, I'm her PR, and a lot of times I review her stuff and say, don't do this.
Right. And she immediately asked him, like, hey, would you be open to an interview? And I'm like, Mandy, what are you doing?
Nikki will not talk about herself in public. And so when we're out, I have to like be like, by the way, my friend is a YouTuber, and he's like, I don't do interviews. But he sat there and talked to us, or he didn't say he don't do them. He's like, I don't do them much.
Yeah, I don't do them much. And that's kind of a French way of saying, no, I don't want to do it.
And Nikki and him connected because Nikki's like, well, I don't even show my face on my channel.
Right. Oh, he's like, I like that.
Yeah, he actually respected that.
Which is really funny because the first time, you know, how she talks about, our essay talks about how the owners are upstairs.
Yeah.
And then we realized, oh, he's like 85 years old. And I was like, Mandy's single. She's like, no, he's like 85 years old, okay? And I was like, he's got a son? Grandson? Anybody? Mandy's single.
I'm single. I also, I'm not Parisian fit, unfortunately.
Yeah, and she just laughed at us. She's like, okay, all right, stop it.
But she's texted me so many times. Like, she's the best essay. She's texted me so many times. She told me she's going on vacation in Amsterdam. She's like, when you
guys
wear
are
it,
like best friends.
We're like besties. She's like, when you wear it for the first time, send me a picture. So.
Oh, show what she gave you.
Oh, yeah. So because this is the first time they've ever made this bag, and it's like his like reason for living, they gave me a cute little gift with it, which is like, I forget what she called it, but it's this adorable little cast of the ladies first, the first ever leather bag. And I wasn't sure what it was at first. And then she explained that you spray perfume on it, put it in your closet, and makes your closet smell nice. So I thought that was a super cute little gift. So anybody who bought the first edition of this bag from the Paris flagship, and I don't even know if it was available elsewhere.
You can hang it on your Christmas tree.
Right now it's just hanging out in my closet.
Okay.
All right, day 3.
One more thing. So if you saw our previous haul, I did go to Camille Fournet Paris, if I'm saying that correct. So I did purchase one for myself. Now that I'm getting into watches, I actually had to borrow my boyfriend's, the one I bought him. His is in green. So of course I decided I need one for myself. So I got mine in the burgundy. I didn't want to get a 3-case watch, and then I came home, my boyfriend's like, why didn't you get a 3-case watch? I was like,
you really should have.
I only have one watch. And he's like,
you literally have 2 now.
2 now, but I like to put my watch up in the display cases or whatever I have. This is only for when I'm traveling.
Yeah.
And what I love about this one is that it's got padding right here. And then of course it's got a really squishy, this is just extremely high quality. And I think I got some respect points because I was there at Faure Le Page talking to the creative director, and he saw I had the bag and he's like, oh, you went there. They're an excellent watchmaker, solid choice. You know what you're doing. I was like, yep, totally know.
Okay, so now we go on to the jumping events.
The jumping events.
Day 3.
Did you get pictures of that jumping event, like the store area? Because I didn't.
No, I didn't.
I know,
either.
we were
I got
too
so excited.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was mostly equestrian stuff, in all fairness. But it was super cool. They had a little mini store, and they had a lot of limited edition pieces. So what do you want to start with? This?
Yeah.
Did we both get this?
We both got the same thing.
Okay, so this we died for. So this is the Calvi wallet. It has a little embossed horse on the front and back.
Are we matchy-matchy?
We're besties. We got the same Goyard and the same wallet.
Yeah, same wallet, same Goyard bag, Verdome, whatever it's called, and then this.
Vendome, yeah. And then this, so if you open it, it has the, I'm going to mispronounce it, Hermes Au Grand Palais, I don't know, 2025. So it has that special stamp, and it's the leather. I mean, you don't have to tell people Hermes leather is next level.
It's so
such
soft.
a beautiful piece.
You know, honestly, like I know the Calvi wallet, the Bastia are all very, popular, but for me, I was like, meh. When I see it, I'm like, meh. But then when you see
this one,
special editions like this one, I think it's just next level, right?
Yeah.
And then of course it's from the jumping event. They stamp it with 2025. So it's a really nice souvenir for us to, remember the event, and we're actually there. So that was why we both picked this up, and it's only available there.
And they also gave us free gifts. I think you already featured that in another
the poster.
Video.
So if you saw my vlog, I did show off my poster that it was part of a free gift.
And the little plaque.
Right here. I didn't show off the plaque.
Oh, okay, yes. The poster's super cute, but the plaque is my favorite. Yeah,
so it came in this really nice Hermes dust bag. And what is this? Oh. Okay, anyways. So again, it's just a really nice souvenir that you get when you make a purchase there. And it just, I don't know, where am I gonna hang this? In my wall? On my wall?
Mine's in my little library area. So,
but yeah, it's just really cool. Very substantial. Kind of surprised that they would give something like this away.
It's very cute. Yeah, I love it. But the other thing Nikki got that is so gorgeous, and she had been eyeing this in the store, is a cashmere horse scarf. Look how freaking cute.
Oh my
god, this
You can't really see it. I'll insert a photo.
Ah, look at its tongues out.
Yes.
It's so cute.
Right.
So I'll give Nikki this to fold up, but it is a limited edition. I'm sure she'll show you in the video, but it has the event name in the corner there. So she was thinking about buying this in the store, and she waited. And I'm so glad that she waited, because now she has this spectacular piece. You know,
and it's just a super adorable, because it's just a really playful.
It's so cute.
Yeah, it's a really playful side of Hermes,
Yeah.
which usually Hermes.
You don't see a lot of that.
Yeah, you see more prim, proper,
Yep.
elegant, but you don't see a playful side.
Exactly.
And I immediately started wearing this, and
like literally the SA tied it on for her.
for me, yes. So I'm really excited to add this one. This was not cheap. This was so expensive.
Oh my god, it was. I actually was gonna buy one, and then I saw the price, and I said,
like,
no,
no,
I'm just gonna get the Calvi wallet.
You're like, I don't like horses that much.
I mean, and whereas Nikki grew up as an equestrian, I grew up with a mini horse. Okay, it's different.
Your
We are
mini
not
horse-
the same.
Your mini horse just followed you around like a dog.
My mini horse was a dog with hooves. Okay,
So that was
her
a
name was
real-
Rosie.
Rosie.
And Carl from Shameless would come over and feed her when he was a kid. Fun Mandy facts.
And you still haven't introduced us.
I haven't met him. Well, I've met him in person when he was little, but I haven't met him since he's become a star.
Right.
He comes home and he hung out with my parents. He FaceTimed me though.
Okay, so let's tell a story.
Okay. So at this point, Nikki and I were feeling a little sad because we did not get
this is last day. So we're gonna get into that in a second here, but to not spoil the whole entire story, but we actually didn't walk away with bags this time.
And we always get bags, and by always I mean twice. Like just so you understand my girl math.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, this is so sad. We tried so hard. We went every day, multiple times. We didn't get offers. So Nikki was like,
also,
wow.
to be fair, it was like the jumping event.
The jumping of yes,
It ruined
and
our whole entire.
He did warn us before we came. He's like, hey, I'm going to be extremely busy due to the jumping event. So we kind of got it, but you still hope.
So we were there during the jumping event, which of course we had no intentions of colliding with all of the high net worth people. And of course, like the A-listers, VIBs, whatever you call them. Tell a story of what, we saw our essay that we usually work with. He pawned us off to his other essays, which is fine. They were all super nice.
Yeah.
But we were watching him run around the entire store, and then he went outside of the store
To get some girl.
to greet and usher some girl.
We don't get that treatment.
We don't get that
We
treatment.
don't even
We
get
got-
close to that treatment.
We
get
have to wait for him.
We do. And of course this girl's like dropped off. There's like security guards out there, and she walks in. We're like, oh, she's rich.
She's rich for our SA to walk out there and greet her.
Yeah.
The only thing our SA did was walk us out to kick us out of the store.
And say, don't come back. Don't come back. Yeah, he's very sweet. Like he'll come and go,
yeah, and then
Amanda, Nikki.
right. How are you? Long time no see.
Tammy, what happened?
Right. And then the girl, she got out of a smart car. Can you believe that?
I was like, where's the Rolls Royce?
I know, right? So it was a little like my brain wasn't comprehending.
Maybe
what
she was environmentally.
Maybe.
Okay, so I found out yesterday.
Yes.
4% of people in France own cars, and so just owning a car puts you in the top like 4% basically.
I guess even in her smart car, she can zip around the city pretty easily.
Smart car.
Smart car. Pocket smart car.
Smart car. I love that commercial.
Yeah. So anyways, so again, we were there doing the jumping show, blah, blah, blah.
And it was our friend's 40th birthday.
Exactly. So after we did some damage, as you saw, we asked for bags, right?
As one does.
And it was an epic experience for my friend's 40th birthday. I obviously was like insistent. We all three of us need.
We always say that. All of us need bags.
Right, exactly. And the guy came back and then he pointed directly at my friend Tammy and said, you get a leather appointment. Mandy and I were just like, what?
We're like, we just bought everything.
Exactly.
And he's like, well, it's her birthday. She gets it.
Yeah,
And,
I was
all
like,
fairness,
fine.
he was giving her some eyes.
Yes, totally.
He was like, and we were like,
Sorry, we're big and fat.
yeah,
okay?
we are for Paris. Yeah, we're very overweight. And so we were like, and our gorgeous skinny friend, he was like,
You
And
get
we
an
were like,
appointment.
very happy for her, but we
We're
were also
also
like,
very offended.
how dare you? We're so happy for you.
How dare you? How
But
much
anyway,
money did we just drop?
yes, which the answer is nothing in comparison with their bigger clients. So we had to wait for an hour probably. So they took us over to like this little waiting area. We just sat there. Nikki was getting hangry. And we were just
Excuse me, all of us were getting hangry.
You were extra hangry.
I was hangry and angry because we were rejected, so to speak.
Like, how could you do this to us?
I mean, again, it was her birthday trip.
Yes, it was. And we supported her. We joke with her all the time, and we're like, we're so mad at you. Right. But we actually are so freaking happy for her, and we told her a million times, and we made her pose and everything. But before we get to that point, so we're waiting for like an hour. We're hungry. We've been there for like, 4 hours at this point, probably. We have torn apart the store. And so this guy comes out and he's like, well, what do you want? And of course, Tammy shoots her shot.
We prepped her, right?
We did. We had prepped her hard.
Well, yeah, because we had an hour, like 45 minutes of waiting before they got to us. Like we kind of prepped her, like, know what you want.
Yep.
What are your backups?
100%.
Right?
He comes out and he's like, well, what do you want? And she goes, a Birkin 25 or Birkin 30. And I would like it in like a neutral dark color. And preferably gold hardware, but I would take palladium as well. And then he starts like quizzing her. And she like
started panicking.
Freezes. Like you could just see her face turn slightly red and she freezes because he's like, what's the difference between a Birkin and a Kelly? And she just like stares at him and she knows this. Like she knows this, but she just
he didn't specify what the question was.
No.
Like, what's the difference between she's like a shoulder strap?
Yeah, well I started like naming all the differences because I go, well, can I answer? He's like, yeah, sure. So I started naming the differences. You started naming the differences. He didn't. What he was really asking, it wasn't what is the difference between a Birkin and a Kelly? What is the difference between
he's like, what's the difference? Like it's the stitching. He said something about the functionality. Well, I jumped in by saying like, what is your question?
Yeah, like what do you mean? Because
it's like, are you talking about design, functionality, or what? And then he's like, the stitching, how it's crafted. I was like, oh, so you're asking the question of if it's a cellier or a retin-a, right? And he's like, exactly. I was like, you did not ask the question correctly.
And Tammy's just like panicking, like, is he quizzing me? If I get this wrong, is he not going to give me a bag?
Right, exactly.
So she's, and then he's like, calm down. I'm not going to, like, don't worry.
Right.
So she gives him the wish list. He goes, I'll go check. He leaves forever.
And then he ushers us to a back room and presented her a gold on palladium hardware Birkin 30.
It was stunning. He like pulled it out. He like had a little organizer that she bought as well. And her face was just like, and I like grabbed her arm. I was like, you're getting a Birkin.
Oh, I tried filming it for you guys and then I got yelled at.
Oh yeah, he's like, put it away. And she's like, I'm only filming her. And he's like, you can't film in here.
I was like, I'm sorry.
And so anyway, yes, she got that Birkin for her 40th birthday. And it is a stunning bag. Like it's all I can say. I think it's Togo leather. We'll insert some clips here or some pictures because I made her do a photo shoot with me after, and then we like the whole time we were like, you got a Birkin.
Yeah, what are we, chopped liver?
Yes, the answer was yes.
The answer is very yes.
You know, but at the end of the day, like we were so thrilled for her. Like what an amazing 40th birthday gift for her.
I was a little upset for you as well.
Because I came for my 40th and I didn't get shit.
No, you didn't get an iconic
Beat that
bag.
out. I didn't. But I was like, okay, so I tried to play that card like, well, I came for my 40th and I didn't get an iconic. And they were just like, we don't care.
Yeah, we don't care.
We don't care. So I was like, okay, well, so it was an incredible experience, really cool, but we did not get bags that day.
So basically, what I would say is that if you can try to play that card, I mean, we helped her with some pre-spend, obviously.
She definitely got to take advantage of our pre-spend. And we also were playing it up to the sales reps because she didn't mention it. We mentioned that it was her birthday.
It was her birthday.
So you're welcome. You're welcome, Tamitha.
She's probably watching this.
She's watching. You're welcome. We're like glaring. Bitch. We're so happy for you.
Yeah. I was like, yeah.
Good for you, girl. But Nikki had some anger money to spend.
I was revenge spending.
Revenge spending.
I was pissed.
Which,
hence,
spirit fingers.
Hence the VCA bag here.
Which we've thrown all these Hermes ribbons
Dude,
into.
I have a whole entire pile of that.
Same. And the new Hermes ribbons are cute. So anyway, Nikki, why don't you show the magic of VCA? So I had to take a nap because at this point, like we've got no sleep. I'm exhausted. I was like, you do whatever you want.
I was running on 4.5 hours of sleep every single day.
She was, and I slept better. Our hotel was super loud. But I was like, I gotta go take a nap. Nikki is a marathoner. And even though there was a muscle in her eye twitching at this point.
Dude, I had to like hold on to my under eye because it was twitching nonstop. And I'm just like,
It was like, what's wrong with me? And I was like, you haven't slept in 4 days. That's what's wrong with you. Like your muscle and her, I was just like.
This is also why I don't show my eyes because literally it does what it wants. And it twitches all kinds of directions.
She makes herself sound like she's a facial disfigurement and she does not.
Okay, anyways. going back to what's important is I went to Galleria Lafayette, and they had a VCA in there, right? They had all kinds of different in-store versions instead of the standalone. I waited about, I want to say like 5-10 minutes, and some lady came to help me. Super nice essay. Presented me, do you want champagne? No, I just want water. I'm already running on 4.5 hours of sleep. I don't need to be drunk.
No alcohol.
No alcohol.
Yeah, we don't need to be called champagne girls at multiple stores.
Exactly.
Already happened once.
So the experience was very wham bam, thank you ma'am, but I was kind of in a hurry, so I wasn't
You
complaining.
weren't ready to be wine denied. You were like, give me my stuff. I need some retail therapy after being insulted.
Right, exactly. So I'm just gonna show you what I got because this is my first VCA piece, right? I did a whole entire jewelry video about non-VCA Cartier pieces, but I gotta start with a baseline of what luxury is, very similar to my handbag journey, right? So anyway, so I'm gonna show you, da-da-da. Can you see that?
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. I need to switch to like Indiana Jones music or like da-na-na, da-na-na, da-na-na. Star Wars.
So of course it comes in this beautiful container or box.
It is beautiful in person. I will say I haven't seen it this close. I saw it when I was like half dead from exhaustion. It is a beautiful bracelet in person.
It was a very logical kind of experience because I asked to see the necklace, I asked to see some of the rings, which of course, I got some fat fingers, so I figured that would be a perfect opportunity to see if they have any stock that would fit my fingers. And she came out with 3 different bracelets with the 5 motifs. That's 5, right? Yeah, 5.
I was like, I don't know, I didn't count. Don't ask me to math.
Yeah, and there was I have to remember. It was a reddish brown one, the mother of pearl, and this onyx one. So obviously I didn't have my entourage of ladies because they were resting while I was revenge
asleep.
Yeah, I was revenge spending. And she basically told me that, hey, you can don't go with, I'm bringing it out for you to see it, but don't go with the red one.
I didn't know
it was like a brownish red. Maybe it was the lighting in there.
I wouldn't be super into that.
Right. She's like, it's for more mature people and you are way too young for that. So she was pushing me because they're all the same price. So she has no incentive to push me one way or the other. But she said either get the black or the mother of pearl one. So, and then that's when you guys kind of woke up and I'm like, which one do I get?
Tammy came and got me up. And I was like, do not go with the mother of pearl. I've heard way too many horror stories about it aging terribly, getting easily scratched. And plus like I wear black all the time. I have black bags. I love black. So I said, get the onyx.
Right.
And Tammy, I didn't know Tammy had already told you needed to get the onyx.
Yeah, I want to get separate opinions.
Oh, okay. Well,
uninfluenced opinions.
Yeah, onyx. You knew I wasn't going to go for the white one though.
Well, that's because the both of you guys said it's because how it shrinks, it's how hard it is to take care of. I asked the SA to get her opinion and her explanation. She said, yeah, that's some, quote unquote misconception. I don't know if she's just saying it, but she said the mother of pearl, you can get it wet, but most people when they get it wet, it's because of soap and water. So soap is what's ruining the mother of pearl.
Or could it be sunscreen? Could it be a variety of things? And where you constantly, Nikki wears more sunscreen than any one person in history. Like I wear sunscreen daily. She has to put it on like 85 times a day.
Right.
So I was just like, don't go with a mother of pearl. I don't think it's a good buy for you. And so she listened to our wise and sage advice and she went the onyx.
Honestly, yeah, I would say this is actually a good decision just because it has a really nice contrasting color on my skin tone.
I would agree. It's a very vibrant deep black and it's stunning. It's a stunning piece.
Well, which is really interesting because again, the savings on this is not as much because they do price harmonization, if I can talk right. So the savings weren't that great, but from what I understand, the VCAs in America, like their stock and inventory is not very good.
It's super, super hot here. So,
so you would have to order the one you want. You could wait 6 months, you could wait a year, you could wait 2 weeks. You never know. So when you have options in front of your face, what are you gonna do? You buy.
Yeah. And again, it's beautiful and great purchase, I think. I would definitely go for probably like a blue or a black.
They didn't have the blue one.
Yeah, well, I think the black's stunning. So,
well, she also convinced me, again, I don't want to drag this story too long, but she said that the 5 motif is what, 30, I think it was like, it was like 5,000 euros, something around there. And then the 1 motif necklace was like almost 4,000 euros. She's like, you want 5 motifs for just a little bit more money? Or do you want just 1 motif for, 35, almost 4,000
Yeah,
euros.
definitely get the 5 motif.
Well, yeah, I was like, I see what you did there. That was good. Like, you upsold me.
But I mean, I would agree. Like, I wouldn't want just the 1 motif. I like the 5 motif. I think that's the whole appeal of VCA. And that's why I think you made a good decision there.
Yeah.
So this was her. I didn't get a Birkin buy. It's a good buy. She's getting super into jewelry now, as you have probably noticed on her channel. And this is just a very classy, timeless piece, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it came with all of the booklets, so I'll go over that. Not that there's, you've never seen this before, but I'll go over the reviews on each of these pieces. If you are interested, drop a comment. Do you think I made a good decision, or I should have gone with the mother of pearl? I don't know.
Be like, that was dumb, Nicole.
Nicole.
I call her Nicole when she's being super bougie, so I'll be like, what are you doing, Nicole?
Nicole. And then it's funny, the last thing the essay said, come back and see me again. You're gonna want to add on that stack.
Tell him when your friend gets a new job, she'll be there too.
Yes, absolutely.
So, all right, now on to the finale. So we thought we were done shopping at this point.
Yeah, we totally thought we were.
We're like, we got a good haul.
Well, exactly. Well, we shopped till the very last minute, apparently.
So I had gone into Hermes because my lips were so dry and petty. And I was like, I really need the lip oil. Like, I've been hearing great things about it, whatever. So I was like, I really want lip oil. And for all of you who comment, why don't you pay Mandy to be in your videos? She did actually pay me with this lip oil because they didn't have it. It's always sold out.
I pay you in other ways.
She pays me in hilariousness. She pays me in snarky comments. She pays me in food. So anyway, she stops at the airport and she's like, hey, do you have any of this lip oil?
Because originally when you were at the Rue de Sèvres store, she tried it on. The makeup artist there was really nice.
She was so nice.
Yeah, and she gave you a full face makeup. Anyways, she wanted this. They didn't have it. So
yeah, they was out. So they tried to upsell me to get the balm, which I really don't like. So I was like,
it was like a set.
Yeah, I didn't want to spend like 140 euros on a set for 1 lip oil.
There's a point of the story. We're not just talking about an Hermes lip oil forever. Yeah. There's a point to this story.
So Nikki goes to the airport.
We were at different terminals because you were flying.
I flew Delta, which was a terrible decision. And you flew United.
Right. So I went to the terminal first. Your flight was a little bit later. Of course, my friend Tammy got her freaking Birkin. She's like, I'm going to the lounge. I'm like, I got one last chance, one last hurrah. Went beelined, got through security, that took forever. Beeline to the Hermes store inside the airport. So obviously, same strategy, gotta go in and ask for something else instead of just asking for bags. I was like, oh, this is a perfect opportunity to see if they have the lip oil that Mandy wanted.
And it had to be in that specific color.
Right, she wanted
the other colors did not work for my skin tone.
She wanted the rose cola.
Yeah, like the deep kind of like nudie, because a lot of the other colors had like odd undertones that didn't work for me. So I wanted this specific color. I didn't want anything else. So
immediately she's like, yes, we do have that color. I'm like, brilliant. Okay, cool. Let's see what else I can buy.
I'm thrilled because I'm waiting in, which one is yours?
That one, the tall one?
So I'm waiting in line. I'm in line for like a freaking hour at this point. And I'm texting with Nikki, who's in the Hermes, like,
tell me everything. Tell me everything,
I'm
right?
trying to live vicariously because I can't go through the United portal.
Right. Which you also had a Hermes store in your...
I had a teeny tiny one, yes, but we'll get
to that in a sec.
Yes.
Obviously, I went over to look at jewelry because all 3 of us, but my brain wasn't comprehending. Of course, I'm going to shop for me first, right? So
obviously.
You cannot believe...
You're on revenge Birkin
I was
mode.
Revenge. But you cannot believe what I was able to score. This is the Faure Dole. What is it called? Faure Dole?
Faure Dole 120.
180.
180.
This is the 180. This is the hottest piece that everybody is looking for. Every time we show up to the jewelry section at Hermes, regardless of where we're at, we always ask for this and they just immediately say, no, it's been sold out for months and they haven't had a restock. So to my pleasant surprise, my essay at the airport was like, yes, as a matter of fact, we do. We just got it in this morning. It was still in its shrink wrap because they keep it in shrink wraps for so it doesn't oxidize. And without even hesitation, I literally just said, yes, I want it. I was like, how many
It's so beautiful.
How many do you have, right? She's like, oh, we actually got 2 in, right? So immediately, what do? I start texting the ladies. Mandy and my friend Tammy was like, oh my God, go get the second one. I'll be right there.
I said no because I was like, I'm gonna shoot my own shots.
Right, and so my friend Tammy was at the lounge and she was apparently shoveling food in her mouth and she's
as one does.
What's what you do in lounges? And then she like, okay, I'll be right there, which unfortunately
as soon as it was pulled out.
As soon as it was pulled out, the lady next to me saw it as I was trying it on and immediately snagged it.
Yeah, because like I said, I should have said yes, but like honestly, it's okay. It worked out for me in the long run. But stunning necklace, super hard to get, and the weight of this is amazing. Like it is just a gorgeous piece. So Nikki got the necklace she was looking for the entire time. We asked for it at every location. They say no, 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 no. And finally at the airport they said yes. And at that point, Nikki knew the next question to ask, which was
a bag. You got bags?
At 2 bag. That doesn't make sense. And so they pulled out this gorgeous beauty. And if you have watched last video, you know I love this bag. I asked for this last time and got gold on gold in this. And Nikki got E-Tube.
E-Tube.
It's so beautiful.
In palladium hardware. Yes, I know. I
didn't know it was palladium hardware. This is my first time seeing it.
In palladium hardware?
No, your bag. I thought it was gold in E-Tube. I didn't realize it was palladium.
It was palladium.
It's such a cute bag. I don't know if you guys have, you guys remember mine. I love mine. I've only worn it once because it's just been very rainy in Nashville. Like this is our rainy season. And so this is a stunning, stunning piece. I absolutely love it. Nikki, it's your piece. You should talk about it. But I have it and it's something that is so adorable. We showed it to one of our friends in Nashville and he immediately was like, I want it. So yeah, it's super cute.
Yeah, and of course, how the process is at the airport is incredibly interesting because she's like, yes, we do have bags. Let me go check. So she went to the back and then came back out. She asked me what I wanted. No mini Lindy's. I asked for a PM, Evelyn. She came back and showed, or I also asked for a Cavalieri, I think that's what it's called, but it's Elan. I wanted the Elan. But so she came out and showed me pictures that she Googled. She didn't bring any of the bags out. Honestly, like it's crazy because this particular bag, I bought it sight unseen.
Really?
Yeah, she didn't show it to me.
I can't believe that.
It was swarming with people.
Okay, that's fair. But still, like,
right.
I'm sure everybody would have attacked you.
Yeah, so it was like, there's not like they have a private room or anything. I literally bought this sight unseen.
Yeah, that's fair.
Isn't that crazy?
It's, again, I love E-Tube.
Yeah, I mean, I know what E-Tube looks like. It was palladium hardware, which I was like, a little bit like hesitant.
No, like this
But
bag,
I don't have anything in silver hardware.
No, you don't. And also like you have so much E-Tube, like as far as belts go. Now you have 2 of them.
Yeah.
And E-Tube is just a beautiful, beautiful
and I do love
color.
Gray. So yeah, I mean, again, I'll do a full review on this because we haven't done a full review with Mandy's bag, but now I've got my own. Maybe we could do a side-by-side comparison.
Oh my gosh, we should. Yeah, because mine is gold on gold.
Right, this one is Swift hardware, or sorry, Swift leather. It's Swift leather. So
and I don't think mine is Swift leather. I think mine is something different.
Yours is Clemence or Togo?
I think it's Clemence or Togo.
I think it's Clemence.
But yes, mine is a little bit squishier. This is more structured.
Bag acquired.
Bag acquired. Are we leaving this out?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
At the very last minute. Okay, so now at this point, I told her my strategy because I was literally in the middle of checking out and whatever, and ignoring all of their texts.
Yes, and I'm like, what bag did you get? Like I'm like screaming at her. So I also got a bag, but let me pull this into frame like last second. So I walk in, I'm like, I'm going to engage the same strategy. So I have to wait. So I wait and wait and wait. I see this other couple in front of me getting offered a mini Arsan in black, which was adorable, by the way. So I was like, okay, they definitely have bags. So I patiently wait for them to help me. There's all these people in there. It's a very small Hermes in the Delta terminal. So I was basically just like, all right. So I arrived super early. I had plenty of time. So the woman finally comes to help me, and she is probably the nicest Hermes SA I've ever worked with. First of all, we had all the same rings on, so we were like twinsies. And so I started asking her about rings. I've been dying for this triple Chandon ring, which they didn't have my size in all of Paris.
Well, I also asked, that's actually the first one I asked for.
Yeah, because I have been dying for that. It's so cute. It's like this, but 3 of them. She's like, no, but I do have this. So she pulled this out, and I have been looking to stack more rings. So this is now my pinky ring. Twinsies.
Matchy, matchy.
Matchy, matchy. Sometimes Nikki and I have the opposite taste. Sometimes we have the exact same taste.
Which is really weird.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, I want this, because she was wearing this and this and this. And she's like, oh, we can match. And I was like, all right. So we were like giggling like little girls. And the store's emptying out. Like people just, I think, came in, asked for bags, and got annoyed and left. So I'm the only one in the store at this point. So I said, do you have a Faure doll? And she said, and 180. And she said, no, but I have an 80. And I was like, well, I'll take a look at it. So I did get the Faure doll 80, which is not as long. But she showed me different ways to wear this, right? Like you can wear it in a big loop, or you can sort of loop it like this. Let me show you guys.
Careful of the mic.
I'm trying not to hit the mic here. And you tighten it like so. So it's like this, which I think is really cute.
That is pretty.
So I'm gonna take this off because it's gonna hit the mic as I talk, but I was like, okay, sold. So I did get a Faure & Doll, if not the Faure & Doll 180, I did get the 80, and they had 2 of these. So I of course offered it to our friend, but at that point she was like, no, I'm good. Like I need to stop. I got my Birkin. So got this gorgeous piece. You've seen Nikki's, so you don't need to see that up close. And then I said, do you have any bags? And she said, yes.
Why, yes, we do.
So I asked for Mini Lindy because that's what I wanted. Of course I asked for Iconic, but they don't have Iconic at the airport. So she's like, let me show you. So she brings out a large Arsan, and it was gorgeous. I can send pictures because they actually let me take pictures with the bag. Way too big for me. I was just like, I look like I'm drowning, which is a lot for somebody this tall. So I didn't get that. And then she showed me what's the bag starting with a C? Cavalera bag. So she shows me that. I didn't like it. And she said, well, we have a mini Evelyn. And I said, well, I already have a mini Evelyn. So I'm not super interested in that. I was like, do you have a mini Arsan? She said, yeah, she brought it out. It was light yellow. I was like, I don't like light yellow.
Well, I would have taken that, but not in yellow.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I really wanted the petite one.
A beautiful, like light buttery yellow. But again, I just don't wear yellow. It would look terrible with my skin tone. I said, no. So I said, okay, do you have any large Evelyn? She said, yes. So she comes out with, this is the exact bag our friend Tammy has, and Nikki and I had been lusting over it in Paris because it's such a good travel bag. It holds so much.
We totally underrated this bag.
We did, and then we saw how useful it was for her, and we were like, okay, we both want one. I had a beige one, but I ended up getting rid of it because I wasn't ever carrying it because it was too close to my skin tone. So when she pulled this out, I was like, okay, I tried it on. I really like it. It is the classic Evelyn, of course, and I was like, I have to have it. So I ended up getting, which is so funny because I didn't want this. And then when we were in Paris, seeing our friend Tammy carry hers like this everywhere, I was like, okay, I actually changed my mind. It's so chic. It's so cute. It's a narrow bag, so it's not sticking out when you're on the subway or anything. And
it's a very low-key bag.
Yes,
and it's very
so squishy.
Right. It's so malleable. I mean, obviously.
Look at you with the big words. You were criticizing me.
It's very malleable. So I feel like in crowded areas, this can like kind of stick to your body and mold to your body very well.
You can put it under a coat very easily. It smells amazing. But this is another piece where you touch the leather and you're just like, so good.
I get it.
It's so good.
Like, I get it.
Yeah. And so I was actually looking for Nikki because she'd wanted one in any other color but black, basically.
I don't know. Now I'm looking at it. I was like,
It's really pretty. It's gorgeous. And just the feeling of this leather. And you know, the other really interesting thing when our friend Tammy was wearing it, and I'm not sure if we have ours in the same leather. Hers might be a little bit
No,
stiffer.
they only come in Clemence now.
Okay. So
they don't come in Epsom anymore.
So we do have it in the same leather. But she actually was wearing hers in the rain, and it just like, the rain did not bother it.
It like slid right off.
Yeah. And so I was like, just the more she was wearing it, the more I was like, I'm in love with this bag. It's kind of like the Halzan. The more Nikki wears her Halzan, the more I'm like, I want a Halzan too. So yeah, long story short, we all ended up with bags.
When I'm turning 40, you all will need to come with me as my entourage, and we're gonna get me a Birkin.
And then they're probably gonna offer
Kelly.
me one instead.
Dude, I would be so pissed. So pissed.
She'll kill me in my sleep.
Yes.
I'll wake up, there'll be a pillow on my face.
It's like murder.
Like, if I die in Paris next time, and
you know
Nikki
who to
comes
look
home
for.
with a Birkin, arrest her. Arrest her. All right, so that's our story. That's our Paris shopping haul. I would say it was a success.
It was
not
a success.
success. I shall now return your ring to you as an honorary symbol of this video being over.
Yes. Well, I really hope you enjoyed that. Hopefully it's not going to be as long. I'm going to take forever editing this.
We were like, it's going to be shorter, and we lied.
No, we lied.
God, we're such liars.
I know.
Such bad people.
So horrible people. You're a bad person. I'm a bad person. So anyways, I hope you really enjoyed that video. Tell me what your thoughts are down below, comments down below. Come back for full reviews. I don't know how fast or how slow I'm gonna get these out, you know, but if you want more, especially the Goyard Vendome, what is it called again? Vendome. I think that's a really special, underrated piece. And then I don't see a whole lot of the mini Gypsy Airs out there in terms of reviews. So let me know. Oh, and of course, the Faure Le Page. Faure Le Page, chef's kiss. So let me know what your thoughts are. And I hope to see you in the next video. Say bye to your favorite guest star on my channel.
Tinker.
No, Mandy. Mandy is your all's favorite. So life is hard. I want to help you save time and money so that you can somehow adult easier and hopefully lessen retail. And of course, all of this generally 30 to 40% off retail.
Yeah, I find myself not shopping in US anymore.
I don't shop in the US.
I shop in Paris. And then it's like,
why?
Girl math.
Girl math. Plane ticket, eating, food,
all paid
hotel.
for with that.
Yeah.
With that.
Why would you? I mean, if you got the time. Only if you have the time.
If you have the time and use credit card points to get over there. That's what we do. We don't pay for our flights. Ew.
Yeah, exactly.
Ew.
All right, enough rambling.
Okay.
We're gonna end this video.
Bye.